Hello, hello.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good, bro. How about you? How you living?
Chill, chill, chill. How's your weekend going?
Pretty good so far. I've been chilling for the most part. Uh, had that GFM birthday bash thing last night. That was
How was that?
quite the, quite the turnout. They had a bunch of fucking people performing. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's what's up.
Other than that, just been chilling, trying to fucking piece everything together. Got a studio session coming up, so that's gonna be crazy. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what I want to get recorded for sure, because I know I got a fucking feature with another feature with Lux that I want to get recorded,
Okay.
and then probably some more shit for my album.
Word, word. I was about to ask you, like, if those other two songs that were unreleased like that were going on the album or whatever, if you were trying to drop that.
Yeah, probably. I think I'm gonna do like like it's gonna be two singles for the album, and then I'll like get like I don't even have a fucking release date yet. That's the thing. And I
Hey,
want to have everything like
yeah, we. I mean,
I know.
we can work on that. No pressure.
Yeah. I want to get like everything. I at least want the album to be finished before I put a release date. Cause my ass, I
Right,
know
right.
I'll end up being like I want this song, I want this song. But
Yeah,
no matter what, I'm making it so that the album's only 14 tracks. It's
yeah.
only 14 tracks, and then I'm not. I was gonna do a deluxe, but I'm not gonna do a deluxe just because I feel like everyone's fucking doing deluxes. So I think I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
do like
deluxes are cool, but I feel like give it some time for like people to like.
that's the thing. Yeah, I think I have so many fucking throwaways from the album that it can those throwaways in itself can be like a little
Yeah,
EP or like a little
yeah,
LP or something out of all the shit because I have the album which is 14 tracks and then I was gonna have the deluxe. The deluxe was gonna be fucking I think like 20. So that's a whole ass other 6 tracks. Knowing me, I'd fucking record more shit and be like, oh, okay, well I want this to be on the album too. I want this, I want this. So I'll probably just end up doing the album and then doing like a little like throwaway EP a couple months after,
yeah.
being
That's
like these are all the songs that didn't make the cut, and I was thinking call it that to make the cut or just throwaways,
yeah. That's smart.
but I'm not sure yet. But it's funny because even my throwaways, people are gonna listen to that shit and be like, "Yo, how the fuck are these throwaways? These are like
Yeah,
bomb ass songs."
I was literally like going through your SoundCloud the other day and listening to like all your old joints. Like I'm like, red, damn.
That's fucking crazy. That blows my mind because dude, people have been doing that lately. They've been going back to my fucking. Oh, okay. They've been going back to my fucking old shit, my Spotify or my SoundCloud, and like some even stuff on my YouTube. But all my oldest stuff is on SoundCloud. Like that's when my because I have two accounts on SoundCloud. I have Motiv, the first one, and then I have another Motiv, which is like all my newer music that like you see on Spotify and Apple and all that shit.
Right.
But before, like all the stuff on my other account on the fucking SoundCloud, that was back when I was recording in my homie's closet.
Right.
Like that's back in the fucking OG days,
Beginnings, yeah.
the absolute fucking beginning, for real.
What's up, Z? How you doing?
Yo, how's it going?
Hey, how you
You're
living, Zai?
doing good, man. Just chilling.
That's what's up.
How about you? How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just telling Sam, just fucking chilling for the most part, trying to get everything set up for the album, trying to figure out.
Mm.
I've had also another thing is I've had fucking people that I've been trying to work with on the album, like for feature wise, and they have
Yeah,
not gotten back to me. So like some of the songs that I have on there with like features that haven't gotten back to me, I'm probably just gonna cut those and make either the song that like we were supposed to do together. I'm just gonna make it like a full song with me,
yeah.
and then because like I don't know these people, they're just not
I
fucking
feel
getting
you.
back to me,
Trying to get people for features and be like taxing.
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that's the thing.
Been
I
running for
probably
that move, y'all. Yeah,
yeah. I definitely want y'all and Lucid to be on it too. Now that like I'm getting more work done with them,
yeah,
especially y'all, because I fucking love y'all sound, and I feel like we can make a damn banger.
yeah. Definitely.
Facts.
That is the fucking plan.
But
Plan East. So what's going on with this podcast? Whose podcast is this?
So it is ours. It's me, Zion, y'all, Alexander, Frankie. That's about it. They're out. They're out
Okay,
today.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. When did
So
you guys start this?
January.
Oh yeah.
Of this
yeah.
year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay, okay. So it's
Yeah.
nice and
Been
new.
like
Good shit.
three months. Just like
I
interviewing
like
different
that.
artists and like upcoming artists and like creatives and like stuff like that.
Okay, okay. I like that.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
glad
inspired during
fucking
quarantine, so I was like, "Yo, it's
Yeah.
it's been fun." So
it's nice to be in a group where everyone feels the need that they got to be creating something and
yeah,
like they got to be doing something. Because with my old crew, like when we were all first starting with music and shit like that, I was like a big cog to the group. I was always like, yo, we gotta start doing this, we gotta start doing this. And then most of the time I had to like get shit started with everyone. And I hated that because I was like, I want them to feel the same drive that I have. I
right,
want them to like wake up and be like, yo, I feel like I should be doing this. And I feel like I should be doing this. I didn't like having to be like, yo, I feel like you should do this. You should do this shit. Like having to tell people. It's nice seeing you guys having your own drive and your own hunger for even success or whatever the fuck. Even if it's a little podcast, it's just nice to see you guys actually fucking being hungry.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
I definitely feel like it has to be like organic, like happen
It does.
naturally. Like you can,
Yeah, it really does. Like what you're saying, I see what you're saying because it has to be within yourself. Like you have to find it within yourself that you want to fucking start doing something. Like I always used to tell my other homie who was doing music with me when we first started, I was always like, dude, you can't be rapping just because other people around you are rapping. You think it's cool. I'm like, you have to find it within yourself to want to write a song or to want to make a music video or to want to do anything creative. You have to engage it with yourself first. You are the first person to get shit going. A lot of people don't really understand that at first. Most of the time they don't know exactly what the hell they're trying to get done. So then they start following people around them, being like, oh well, they're doing this. Maybe I could do something like that too. I was like, no, dude, it's got to be organic. Like exactly what you said, Sam. Like it's got to be. You have to want to do it first before anything or anyone else. That's I feel like the major. That's major. That's key right there within a creator.
Definitely. I think we've talked about it on the podcast before as far as like people maybe not doing it for money, but people maybe doing it for money, people doing it
yeah.
for just clout
Straight
or
up,
just like a hobby.
straight
That's
up,
how I
dude.
feel.
Straight
That's
up.
good. Yeah,
You can hear the differences in artists like that we listen to every single day. You can hear who the ones that are doing it for the money and the ones that are doing it because they love to do it. Like there's a major difference between that, and that it's a damn shame because I've seen a lot of people come into the game for that exact reason, being like, oh yeah, money, 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 blah blah blah, and then they don't last because their mindset was skewed from the beginning. They were coming in here being like, I'm gonna do this for X, X, and X, like even if it's just money, women, and fame, like that's not healthy. It's just not healthy at all. You got to come in with that being like, I like doing this. I like doing it because I love to do it. I love making music because I love to make music. And even if it's not making music, even if it's just creating, like I see a lot of YouTube creators like doing people talking about the same thing where like they do it for the money rather than you have people who do it because they love to do it. That is key.
yeah. I definitely agree.
That's facts. And like you said, how we can tell, I feel like at some point everybody can really, all
Damn
the
right.
consumers, all the
People can
fans,
tell when you're
everybody.
not authentic though. Like so, I think
Yeah.
Straight up.
yeah,
Straight up. I always say there's consumers, creators, and then there's consumer creators. And I feel like that's what we are. We are the consumer creators because we consume our favorite artists' music like crazy. And then we also create. We also like are some of the creators, like whether it's you guys creating the podcast or even the fucking label, like this is crazy as hell. But like even that, there's people who are just consuming. There's out there who just people who just wake up to consume art, to consume fucking whatever the hell it is, anything, movies, anything. And I'm glad that we are the consumer creator, to where we consume all this art and then we regurgitate it and make something creative, whether it's music or a YouTube channel or a fucking music label, like anything. And it's just nice to have a solid team that's all about that. And that's conscious. That's a word I like to use a lot. It's conscious. Y'all are conscious, and I fucking love that.
Appreciate
Y'all
that.
are aware. You're aware of how the system works, how the industry works. I'm glad that, because like I said before, like I had to fucking do so much teaching. I had to be like, all right, guys, this is how this works. This is how this works. Be careful for this. Make sure not to do that. Like I didn't necessarily, I can't say I hated, but it would irritate me that I was the only one who was putting in the time to figure out certain stuff like that. And I was just always like, yo, get up on it. And you can fucking lead a horse to water,
Yeah.
but you cannot force that motherfucker to drink that shit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always, I think, important to surround yourself with like-minded people. And I mean, I guess, like, you know, you don't have to be in the same lane, but as long as your goals are kind of at least similar or
they
the
marry
same.
each other.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's the biggest thing, is having that mindset of everyone having that same thing. That's why you look at fucking Brockhampton right now. Like I always go back to them because
is like on
dude, everything about them is just A+ material. Like everything that they do is there's nothing wrong with anything they do, and it blows my mind every time like they drop an album or they do release a music video. I'm always looking at it like, dude, this is just everything they're doing is perfect. There's nothing wrong.
I feel like
the formula that they have
set the standard of like a collective and like
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Fucking exactly.
Yeah, but let's get into these topics. Y'all mind turning your cameras on?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So, what's up? All right. So we lost a legend, DMX, this week.
Dude.
2. Oh, you said 2?
I said, dude, that's fucking crazy. Like just to think that DMX is off of planet Earth. Not like really, but it's just like his whole everything, his soul. Yeah, exactly. Everything is just like, it's crazy because I first started listening to him. Like I knew about him when I was like getting into the music scene and stuff like that, but I didn't like listen to his music until like about like 2 years ago. And I started like really getting into his shit. And because when I knew him at face value for all the music he was making of like X gon' give it to you, or like what these bitches want from just shit like that. Like I knew him for stuff like that, and I didn't know that he was like such a woke ass motherfucker, and yet he was like super conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started listening to all his discography with him being conscious as fuck, I was like, time the fuck out. I did not know this. So I started listening to all that type of shit, and I was just like fucking astounded, just completely blown away, because I was just like, I did not know he was like this. And so I started listening to him for more on the aspect of the conscious rap. I like that more, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts. It is. I didn't think that with him, when I saw the headline of him going to the hospital for the overdose. One, I didn't know that he has had a coke addiction problem for the past however long. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So when I saw that he OD'd, I was just like, what the fuck is DMX taking that is gonna allow him to overdose on whatever he's taking? I didn't know. As I looked it up, and I didn't know the
backstory of like his mentor giving him at least. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That's fucked.
But I remember like watching his behind the music like documentary or whatever episode, and I was like, damn, like this man has really had like a hard like life and upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
It's, and like people will always say that makes and creates a beautiful artist. All that heartbreak and all the fucking crazy tough times will mold and create this beautiful fucking artist. But at what cost? Because that's gonna, even if all that hardship is making this amazing artist who's going to create amazing art, he's still going to have those trials and tribulations that he has to face every single waking day. Every single day he wakes up, he's got to be like, okay, I got to face this, whether it's DMX or fucking Drake or Kendrick Lamar, anyone, you know, they still have these vices, and they're human. That's another thing that people forget, is that as big as these celebrities get, they're fucking human. They feel every emotion, everything that we feel. Like it's not, there's no difference. I remember I saw an article reading the other day about DMX. He was at a Waffle House and he fucking mopped the floors for the workers, because he was like, the day any celebrity gets to the point where they can't pick up a mop and mop a floor, that's the day where he's like, I don't want to live no more. And now I'm seeing on my TV right now, really quick, Cudi wearing a dress on SNL. What the fuck, dude?
You said Cudi?
Yes,
Yeah,
Cudi. They got him in a dress.
Giving like a tribute to like Kurt Cobain.
Yes, I saw that.
Like, line or something coming out. Or I forget who.
Oh,
I was confused because I was like,
they got Cudi in a dress. but sorry to segue, but yes, fucking just, I think people have to just realize that with artists, they are human. They are just as human as us, and they will have problems that they have to face every single day. And it's just they're like the most, I can't think of the word. The more we think about that, the more we realize that they're human. I feel like we can get in touch more with their apathetic side and their human side, rather than just us being like, give us music.
right.
Yeah, exactly. The word idolizing. My girl said, like, we idolize these people, like it's nuts. Mike Miller talks about, I forgot what song, he says, sometimes I feel like I'm the Beatle to these young kids. I feel like I'm the needle to these young kids. Exactly like that. I always think about that fucking line, because I feel like he was an artist who really had shit intact to being like, I know how my fans picture me as a celebrity, being famous as a rapper, and he did not want to succumb to the fucking shit. But oh my god, fucking rest in peace, another legend. But like, it's just crazy. I feel like the more we get that, it'll be easier for artists to not turn to taking drugs. Or I don't know a damn thing about DMX's personal life or anything like that. But outside looking in, I saw a person who was damaged by his past, and you wanted to do right. And we saw a lot of great aspirations coming from him, but just behind the scenes, he felt the need that he had to turn to drugs for whatever pain, whatever hurt he was going through. And that's just like, it just sucks, because we've seen a lot of artists pass because of that. You got Peep, you got fucking Mac, you got, I mean, I can't really say Juice, because Juice was just scared, but
yeah,
that's a whole different situation. But yeah, just overall, rest in peace. Rest in fucking peace, DMX.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I like seeing all the stories online about how human he was, really, like the Waffle House story, and just meeting people and talking to them, just living life.
Exactly, yeah. He was an artist who had his humanity intact, and it's nice to see that. And it sucks to see a human like that, you know, be taken away by fucking drugs. Just something that you can easily, if you have enough love around you, with enough people who aren't yes men, who aren't just being like, yeah, DMX, yeah, dude, yes, it's okay to do all that fucking coke. It's okay. Yes men I will be the death to every single fucking artist. I swear to God, if you have too many yes men around you, you will fucking succumb to some bullshit, such as, because like there's anyone, he was 50 years old. DMX was 50 years old. How in the fuck did he not have someone around him checking and being like, bro, let's fucking take a step back. Let's do some real shit, even if it's rehab. Let's do something to help to where he's not repeatedly offending himself, whether it's drugs or, I don't know. Did he ever do time? Because I swear to God, like he was doing something.
I don't remember.
He did time?
I think so.
I remember him going to prison for like impersonating a police officer or something. But I think that's
Goodness. crazy soul, man, crazy soul. I'm just glad that we have that we got what we got from him. I'm glad that he did become a famous musician and that we were able to get great music out of him from the time being. And as shame as it is that he passed, God, I always go back to everything does happen for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that, and this is just a milestone in everybody's lives. I can't just say maybe someone's life, but this is a milestone in everyone's life who's been affected by his death, by his passing. And it's the next chapter. Even when, no matter who's gonna die next, everybody dies. Everybody dies. Everyone that we know. I think about this all the fucking time. I thought about this the day that Mac Miller died. It was so fucked up. I was at work and I was like listening to this song that what's his name? Logic had just released the song Everybody Dies within like the last couple days. So I was listening to it like crazy. And I was just sitting there thinking like, dude, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Chance the Rapper, all these fucking people, they're gonna die one day. Like all these people that we know and love, they're gonna die because that's just how life goes. And I remember sitting there thinking like, Mac Miller, like all my favorite artists are going to die someday. And I got off work and my homie picks me up and it was raining, fucking vibe was all fucking weird. And he's like, bro. And I was like, I immediately knew something was up just because I was like, I said the vibe. And I was like, what happened? What happened? And he's like, Mac Miller died, bro. And I immediately started freaking the fuck out because I was like, did I just manifest Mac Miller's death? Like, just by fucking sitting here talking about like, everybody's gonna die, blah, 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 blah. Like, I know I fucking didn't, but like, it was just weird. It slapped me across the face right there, being like, all these artists we know and love are gonna pass one day. They're gonna die, and we're gonna have to realize that, or we're gonna die before them. Like no one knows I don't know if I'm gonna be here with the next fucking week, tomorrow. Like I hope the fuck I am, but like no one knows. No one knows when anyone will pass. And I saw one of the topics we were talking about is giving artists their flowers while they're still here.
Yeah.
Dude, that is a big fucking topic. Russ talks about it. Yeah. Russ talks about it a lot, and I've always been big on it. Yes, give people their flowers, give people their recognition while they're here, when they deserve it. Anything, even if they're fucking taking a damn breath. Like if you love them and if you love the artist or the art that they make or anything that they create, give them their fucking flowers, no matter what, alive, dead or not. Like you have 5 seconds out of your day, a minute out of your day to be like, yo, thank you for everything that you give, everything that you have created. Thank you. To say anything to let people know that they have a reason to be on earth. Because there's people who I fucking have sometimes myself where I'm like, damn, I feel like I don't belong. I feel like I'm doing shit fucked up. Yeah. And it's nice to have people around who could be like, yo, relax. You got fucking people who love you, who care about you, who want to see you happy, who want to see you persevere, who want to see you succeed. Just having those people around you in that group, it could change your whole life. It could change a person's life. It really can. And I think a lot of people, I know we already have the mindset that we have right now talking about it, like that we should give people their flowers while they're still alive. But a lot of people don't realize that. They don't fucking get it because everyone's so caught up in their own lives where they're like, am I going to fucking make it tomorrow? They're not giving a fuck about anyone else around them because they're so caught up in their own shit. And I know it's like so hard to fucking like take a breath and like sit back and be like, yo, shit's gonna be okay. I just got to get through this. But there's just some people who don't have that mindset, who don't have that ability to be like, all right, I'm cool. I just got to get through this to get through that. There's people who aren't that strong. And then that's why we have artists who do take their fucking lives. Or we do have normal people, everyday fucking humans who take their lives. Like it's crazy. It really is crazy. And it goes back to me saying it's nice to have a group of people around you who give a fuck, who actually care, who actually want to see you succeed. And that's what I'm saying. Like we have a lot of artists who just like Juice. I go back to Juice because he didn't have those people around him checking him, being like, hey bro, you should fucking lay off some, those drugs that you be doing. Like he had all these people around him who were just like, I see you got a fuck ton of money. Let's go to the fucking mall. Let's go fucking do this. Let's go do that. And here's some more pills. Lil Peep, I remember his fucking management was literally supplying him with the drugs he was taking. They were supplying him with it. Like, they were like, you don't have to spend any money. We'll get you all the shit. We'll get you all these drugs. And it was a fucking mess. It was an absolute fucking mess. And it was just so sad to see all that, because that's what money could fucking do to these people. It is literally the root of all evil. It can transform a person that you've known your whole life into a greedy motherfucker, dude. Like, the stories from the Bible are fucking real as a motherfucker, and they've taught us a lot. I know, like, I'd be sitting in church listening to these stories about shit and it just sounds like history repeating itself. That's a damn good saying, because I hear these stories within the Bible, and it's just, yeah, exactly. Like I was saying, they're different forms of these stories, but it's literally the same fucking blueprint, the same blueprint for every story. It's just reoccurring within different eras of time. And it's just crazy, because if we don't start realizing things soon, yes, shit will reoccur within the timeline. But yeah, it's fucking, I'm trying to go back to the list. I'm trying to see all this stuff that we could talk about again, because I like what we're getting into. We're getting nice and deep. Good shit.
Yeah, for real. No, I think money is really like the
root of all evil.
most lethal drug, low key.
It really is, because
it's just over. Like, you just got to keep going and going, and like you said, everything stems from that drug usage. People
straight up. Because don't get me wrong, I partake in smoking weed. I do acid. I do shrooms. I don't do no fucking crazy shit. I just like doing stuff to like elevate my way of thinking. Right. I feel like, because I know if I had never taken acid or shrooms, I would never think about outside of my realm, outside of the way I think. Because like, I remember when I like first started smoking weed, I realized I'd be like, I go to this word called sonder, and the word means to realize that every single person in the world, in this life that we live, every single person has a life as detailed and articulate as your own. So like, I'd always sit there and be high, and like we'd be driving and stuff like that. I'd get high before we go to like Chicago and stuff like that. And I'd just be looking out the window, just realizing, being like, all these fucking people that we pass on the highway, that we pass on the fucking sidewalk, anywhere, everyone has a life as detailed as my own. So who the fuck am I to be like, I'm more important than this person, or I'm more significant than this other person. I'm better than anyone else. It is so naive to act like that. And I've never understood people who could like sit there and be on a high horse and look down at others while they're struggling and being like, I have all the resources in the world and I still will not help you. Like, we've seen it in movies, we've seen it in history, we've seen it in music, even like when people get big as fuck within a group and then they just leave that group behind because they're just like, yeah, you helped me, but now I have the next chapter in my life, I gotta go do this, but you guys can't tag along because I can't do this and that. And it's just fucking, it's crazy, and it's just fucking super sad. But I feel like the more that we grow, the more like people like us get bigger, and we can put this mindset out to the world, whether it's through music or videos, or even, I feel like we should do segments to where like it's just like us having conversations like this, because whether if it's an interview or not, we're still getting really good fucking information out onto, even if it's the internet, it's still going out to people who can, right now, if we were to post this shit, after we post this shit, some dude in fucking Indonesia could watch this video and gain a whole different perspective of life, because he's like, you know what? I've never thought about that. I know I've had millions of fucking times where I've sat and I've been listening to a podcast or listening to anything
Mm-hmm.
where I've sat or watched and listened to anything, and they say something and I go, holy fuck, I've never thought about it like that. I've never like went a way around it of thinking it like that, because I feel like I'm so close-minded, even though I know I'm not. Like, we just know we don't know everything. So the more that we learn about different things, we can learn about different perspectives of life. And there was just one fucking YouTube video I watched. I'm sorry I'm going on a fucking tangent, but and in the video they talk about when you die. Okay, so I'm Catholic. You know, I believe in God and stuff like that. But with this video, they're talking about you pass and you are reincarnated. And so what they were saying in the video is that you die millions and millions and millions and millions of times. And each time you die, you're reincarnated into a different person. So let's say this life, I'm Martin. And then next life, I'm a rich fucking person in fucking Dubai. I'm super fucking rich. And then once I live that life, I live a life where I'm super fucking poor. I'm probably one of the poorest motherfuckers in the whole world. And then you die and you live a life where you're middle class. And then you live a life where you're just all these different perspectives. You live a life as a male, as a female, so you understand both ways of life. And then you finally live all these lives until you become a god, quote unquote, and you know and you understand every little tiny aspect of life. I feel like that was like when I watched that video, I was like, this is fucking super fucking crazy, because I do and somewhat believe in reincarnations, because all these stories I hear about, like when I was up at a cabin with my homie once, and he said that his grandpa, he loved fucking eagles, loves eagles. And when we were up at the cabin, he's like, dude, every time we come up here and we pull up at this one spot up at the top of this hill, eagle. There's always a fucking eagle that flies around. And it's like, even no matter what fucking time of the day, no matter what the fuck ever, this eagle starts flying whenever that family pulls up at that spot. And I was always like, dude, that's weird as fuck. Because what if it's his fucking grandpa's spirit reincarnated into a fucking eagle, and he's flying over them just to like be like, yo, I'm watching over you. And I don't know if y'all believe in ghosts and shit like that, but dude, my mom said that once my fucking brother passed, she would have these dreams, these really fucking vivid dreams, where she would see my brother like talking to her and being like, yo, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be fine, like you're gonna be, everything's all Gucci, you just gotta fucking power through it and shit like that. And I think about that, and that just like blows my fucking mind. Like imagine, no one knows what the fuck happens when we die. So like imagine we are reincarnated, or we are put into like this form of a spirit to where we can come back and we can fucking haunt people if we want to, haunt motherfuckers that we don't like, or fucking tell our parents that it's gonna be okay. It's just crazy. I don't know what I was originally talking about to where it got me into that shit, but fucking I just like talking. I like talking with you guys because y'all are real. It's nice having conversations like these.
Yeah, no, for real. I think it's definitely, it's like I saw a pie chart before, and it was like the things you know is like small. And it's like the things you know that you don't know, like astrophysics or like nuclear science, whatever, like that's in there. But then the things that we don't even know that we don't know is like the biggest, like 95% of the pie. Like you really just, there's just so much we don't even understand.
We
can't even comprehend.
We don't know shit. We don't know fucking shit. We are ants. We are ants to this fucking whole thing, dude. Like that's what I always think about Frank Ocean. I think it's in Pink Matter where he says, what if we are just things that aliens are like watching from afar? Like, and I always think about that. I'm like, dude, what if we are just some little fucking ant farm that aliens are just coming in and checking on us, being like, oh, yes, they got a fucking virus now. They gotta stay inside. Like, dude, it's just crazy to think. And like, I always say, it's so naive to say that we're the only things in the universe. Like, imagine that.
Oh yeah, I never believed that ever, really.
Dude, straight up. Like, we don't fucking know. But let's see what else is on here. I like the stand culture, positive and negative sides. Fucking. I was just watching a video. I'm glad that this is on here because I was just watching a video about Eminem stan, about fucking like how these people will. I love Eminem. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love Eminem, but his past couple projects have been on the fucking woo side. Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't want to say it, but like yes, they've been iffy, and I haven't been able to listen to it like I listened to his old shit. And you have these stands, these people who will go to the fucking end of the world and back to be like, you are wrong. Eminem is the fucking hottest rapper, is the fucking best rapper, blah 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 blah. And I will always say this. I'm like, excuse me, but I was like, rapping fast does not mean you're the best rapper on planet Earth, dude. You could be rapping, you could be going at 1,000,000 mph, and if you're not saying anything meaningful, if you're not saying real shit with it, if you're just saying like lyrical, spiritual, miracle bullshit, like I'm not gonna listen because I already know. I'm just like, this person is just rapping fast to grab the attention of our ears to be like, yo, he's rapping fast. He's fucking God. Like he's the best fucking rapper. Like you could rap at the speed of light, and if you don't say anything significant in that rap, I will not listen to it. Just because it's like I'm not out here trying to fucking rap fast to grab attention. I'm doing it because it's the flow I want to come across. It's the flow that I'm coming across when I'm writing my music. I see that one of the topics in here is what's your process when it comes to songwriting? I would say like right now I could say that for when I'm writing, I'm thinking of what I like first. It's always about like what I think is hot within myself. I'm like, okay, is this gonna sound good when I spit it? And can I spit it? Can I spit it without sounding like a fucking dumbass? And so I will practice it. And if I can't get it the way I want it to sound within the first couple minutes, I'm already like checked out because I'm like, I know that if I can't click with it within the first couple seconds, within the first like 30 to 45 seconds, then my brain is just not gonna get connected with it the way I want to. So like it always comes with a beat first. Like I have to listen to a beat first, and then my brain just automatically starts going like, it's kind of like a fucking little machine just in the background. Whatever the beat I hear, it just like starts like going with a fucking melody, and then I take that melody and it's gibberish. It's just gibberish. It's always gibberish. I just will go like, and then I record me doing that, and then I'll record, or I'll get the beat playing again, and then I'll have that melody playing, and then I'll fill that melody in with words, and then I'll be like, okay, well, does this word sound good? Does this word sound good? Does this sound good? And does this make sense? That's the biggest thing too. Like when I'm writing, I have to make sense because I do not want to write something to get clowned. I watch all these videos on YouTube about like Anthony Fantano clowning artists and stuff like that because of the shit they say. And dude, there's some fucking whack shit on there. And I hope to God I will never, ever, ever be put on one of those lists because I'm so articulate about what the fuck I write. And that's why my goddamn album is gonna take fucking forever because I just want everything to be as perfect as it can be. So when it's my debut, like, so I want it to be something to where people could put it on and be like, this is actually a cohesive piece of work. And it represents me, something that represents me, my sound, everything that I have ever came through with creating, whether it's singing or rapping, or I just want to be able to make something to where people can play it and be like, this is good music. Because I know like I've never gotten negative reviews on my shit. I've gotten people be like, this is something I wouldn't listen to, but it's not bad music. And that's like the worst I've ever gotten. I've never gotten someone being like, this is really bad fucking music. Like this shit's whack as fuck. So I mean, like that lets me know that whatever I'm doing somewhat decent. And I feel like the formula that I do have, if I just keep going, something's gonna persevere from it. I just have to keep my head on straight and be surrounded by people like you guys to fucking check me and be like, hey, this is fucking hot. This is not straight up. When I send you guys shit, like I'll be sending you guys stuff soon. Tell me, be like, yo, this is fucking good. Just tweak this a little bit. Like I need to have people around who could be like, who could help better my shit because I think about it like this. I've been making the music that I've been making now. It's literally just me being like, all right, let me just do this. I get a beat and I rap on the beat. I go to the studio, record that shit. But I think about like, if I have a bunch of other brains being like, yo, if you did something like this, or if you did something like that, that's just like, you guys all are smart dudes. Fucking, you guys know your shit about music. So like, if I was to send you guys something and you'd be like, yo, this sounds fucking hot. But if you were to do something like this too, maybe even like something more like around here, blah, 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 just talking and being like, just criticizing constructively, that is, I feel like I can make something that is fucking perfect, almost damn near perfect, because I have all these different people picking at it, being like, yo, this would be fucking cool if we were to do this. Like, I hope you guys understand what I mean, but
Yeah,
I don't want to be redundant.
and like I told you,
no.
bro, anytime to shoot me a text and some music, bro, like I'm always down.
For
Straight
real.
up,
No,
straight up.
I think what you said is really important though. Like, I think artists of all mediums, like being able to accept that constructive criticism, especially if you know it's coming from a good place. Like I know, you know, we all make art and we're sensitive about it because I mean it's a part of ourselves. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's understandable, but I don't know, you can't ever get sensitive to the point where you don't even want to hear like a
Oh,
critique or something like that.
straight up, because I've seen videos where people, like, even my homies back when I used to make music with them, I always refer back to them because like I learned a fucking shit ton with like working with like my friends that we were first coming up with, and then just realizing it, that they were like, yo, this isn't for me, this isn't like what I want to do. And I'd always be like, dude, we don't have to like stop being friends. One of my friends stopped being friends with me because I started going to like a better studio and recording my shit with him. And I was just like, dude, you cannot get upset that I just want to have my music sound better. And I would always be like, dude, like we're in this together no matter what. Like I'm gonna always, you're always gonna be my homie and shit like that. But I need to progress. I need to level up in a sense. And it was always like, he was just always like, dude, like no, like we need to stick together. We need to fucking keep recording in my closet. And I was always like, bro, as fucking awesome as that is, as a come up, you have to. Every artist levels up at some point. They go from the
Yeah.
fucking closet to the studio. They go from the studio to the stage to the fucking touring. Like it's an essential part of an artist's career.
It's a ladder.
Exactly.
And a lot of them, like going back to the constructive criticism, I'd be like, hey guys, this sounds cool, but try something like this. And I'd always get them to try and sing because they were always just set on like rapping, just being like bar for bar rapping. And they never wanted to like mix sounds. And I was always like, dude, you understand the reason why my music does so well is because I'm out here fucking singing my damn heart out sometimes and rapping with emotion. They just be on the track like, yeah, I get my money and I'd be like, fucking dude, where's the emotion? I'd always be like, you guys want to be rappers? Do you guys want to do this? What the fuck are you doing this for?
Yeah.
What is
People
driving you?
People gotta feel the emotion. Like you can't just
That's
be
it.
lyrics off the page.
And it goes back to what you said. You most of the roaches though. It goes back to what you said about oh fuck. Don't let me forget this. God damn it. I'm trying to think about. Goes back to, let me see. I need to fucking write my shit down. My brain goes at 1,000,000 miles per hour, dude.
It's all good.
But
You're telling us about like you critiquing your friends and them not listening.
Or
Jesus Christ.
music, yeah.
Thank you. The fucking critiquing. They would take it as it was me being disrespectful. And I'd always be like, dude, I'm sitting here telling you because I give a fuck. I'm telling you what you should do better because I care. If I didn't give a fuck, I would be like, that shit sounds like trash, and I'm gonna let you post it sounding like trash.
It's better it's coming from you than it be somebody online like Twitter, because that's worse. Like
exactly, because the people online are fucking ruthless, dude, and they get disgusting. They get disgusting online. I read the comments. I shouldn't read comments, but I read comments like when I post my shit and stuff like that. Like I'll post my stuff to like forums, and I'll read the comments, and people get fucking disgusting, dude.
yeah.
And I know it's a bad thing that I read it, but at the same time, I like to, because I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single fuck what anyone says. I remember when I first started making music, I'd be so careful about where I'd post, what I would post, what I would be rapping about, like what I'd write about. And I just started being like, no one gives a fuck already. If I'm gonna post it and they're gonna hate on it, why in the fuck would I care? I would just be like, dude, I would tell myself, I'll be like, just post it and don't look and just keep fucking going. And that's what I started doing. I remember
That's
the first
good,
song
though.
that I fucking posted on SoundCloud was because of a breakup. And then I was just like, you know what? This doesn't sound good. I don't care if it doesn't sound good. I was just pouring my fucking heart out on a track. And then that was like my first track ever that blew up. It got like 5K plays fucking off SoundCloud. I thought I was fucking famous, dude. I was like, fuck off. My mom couldn't tell me nothing. No one could have told me nothing. My mom would be like, do the dishes. I'd be like, you do the dishes. I'm famous. But no, dude, like you get that feeling, and then 5K turned to 10K, and then 10K turned to fucking 146K off like my song "She Stole My Heart." That's what it's at like now, 146 streams. But I'm just like, I look at it, I'm just like, no matter how big I ever get, Kendrick Lamar, fucking, if I'm as big as that motherfucker one day, I'm always gonna be open to taking any criticism because there's no human on planet Earth who is perfect. There's nobody. There's fucking no person ever. No one is perfect. Nobody's perfect. That is one of my favorite sayings because it really, everyone has problems. Every single person, every fucking living creature that has a fucking beating heart has problems. Like, and that's gonna continue. And from today to the fucking next millions and billions of years, like everyone's gonna have these issues, and whether it's trying to find food for the day or trying to find shelter, or if it's trying to find a good flow for a song or trying to find a good place to shoot a fucking music video, like there's gonna be small things that we have to overcome no matter what. And I'm just gonna go back to having that group, having the people around me, and like us having the people around us where we actually give a damn. Sam, have you ever written a song or anything?
Yeah, I used to like song. I probably did songwriting more every now and then. Since I was
Okay.
like 13. So yeah.
So you understand the songwriting process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in the group that doesn't write? Has Frankie ever written anything?
I was gonna say, I think Frankie might be the only one that doesn't do like music stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool though. It's nice to have the majority.
Like sung before. I don't know.
Yeah, like she did I think she did chorus and theater like in high school. So like she has like,
Oh, okay.
she's
Okay.
creative, but I don't think she wants to do that.
Were y'all in chorus? Were y'all ever in chorus?
So I was in the choir at my church, and then like in high school, I was in like our high school like worship team. I was like
all 4 years of high school for me, I was in choir. I would goof off and that shit. But now that I think about it, it really did help me like sing. It really did help me like learn how to sing.
Definitely.
And I think about that all the time. I'm like, I wonder what because I used to be so self-conscious about posting shit, dude. I used to be like, I don't want anyone to hear my shit. I remember like the first couple songs that I did record, I would just keep them to myself, and I just listen to myself. And like, I didn't like showing it because I was just like, oh, I'm afraid what people are gonna think. And I was just like what I was saying before, like I would just be like, dude, just stop giving a fuck. Because I think about if I had that mindset since like back then, if I kept that mindset, I would not be here talking to you guys. I would not be having all these songs on Spotify. I would not be what I'm trying to do with music now. I'd be too fucking afraid. I wouldn't have taken those moves. I wouldn't have gone to GFM to where Alex could have found me and then brought me to you guys. Like,
yeah,
I think about that a lot. I think the word fate. It really is everything. And it goes back to me saying everything happens for a reason. Straight up, like everything is destined. Everything is set in a way already. We just gotta fucking go out and make the moves. No, nothing's gonna fucking do the shit until we do it.
Yeah, I honestly think confidence is like the biggest. I think confidence is like the first step, I guess, because obviously it is scary. I mean, I don't know if I talked to Sam. I did a song with Yao, and I was like kind of scared, but it's just I don't know. It's something about it. Like you have to, I guess, get over the. Oh my god! Like what are people gonna think?
When you do it after so many times, you'll get used to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. I feel like have you ever performed, Zion?
Not music. No, I've done like poetry live. That was scary
Oh,
too.
you've done poetry shit?
Yeah, like just read like
I
poems.
honestly, dude, I had to do that once, except I rapped for it. And because my teacher was like, they were like, we have to do it's like a poetic slam thing.
Mhm.
And she was like, you have to write a poem and you have to present it. I was like, I have to talk it or can I like rap it? And she's like, I guess you can make a rap. And I was like, thank fuck, because I was so afraid I was gonna have to get up in front of people and just like read the poem off. So I honestly give more props to people who do that because when I'm up on stage, I at least get to be like, bah, 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 bah. I'm moving around, I'm doing my thing, and I feel like I'm in
Yeah,
a whole nother world when I'm doing it. But with poetry, you're just up there like you're
just
reading
literally
it and you're
reading
just chilling.
it.
And like, dude, that would fucking my nerves. Oh my god, I
Yeah.
would explode. I'd fucking explode. So props to that. But no, fucking, I feel like once we start getting like shit starts like rolling heavily, we're gonna be
Mhm.
doing like those types of Brockhampton performances where they're like all of them are up on stage and we just all take our turns with the verses. And I feel like it's gonna be a fucking whole ass vibe. Like I definitely want to do shit like that, like to where we're all performing and we all have like a cipher type of thing. And I
Definitely.
feel like that would be I want to make at least one video where it's like we're in like a fucking laundromat or like a park or something like that. And it's just all of us like in a group and we just all like there's the beats playing and like each one of us just comes up and like spits like even if it's a little 30-second verse. I just want to do something like that because I love shit like that. It's like classic. I love making classic shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's hard. That's hard.
And
It's
we
nice.
fucking making some old school raps.
Definitely.
Let's
Like,
see.
the competition is gonna be good. That's all I know. Like it's gonna be dope.
Dude, yeah, we all got
Oh
fucking
yeah.
good heads on our shoulders. We're all fucking got that right mindset. I just know nothing I think about like what I was talking about with Brockhampton earlier. Everything we're doing is positive. There's
Yeah.
no negative shit that we're doing. Like there's nothing that's like in our hindsight or in front of us that is negative. Like we just keep doing positive shit and we just keep feeding positive energy out to the universe. The universe is just gonna repay us back by being like, yeah, you guys have been doing good. That's another thing. Believe in the
For
fucking
sure.
universe. I
That's
believe
it.
in God and I believe in the universe because the universe is a living, breathing thing. And what you put out to it, it comes right the fuck back.
For sure.
That is straight up.
But bro,
Let's
I
see though.
totally we didn't even do an introduction, but like this is our special guest Motive. So tell us
You
who
you you
Oh
you
yeah.
you like
tell us who Motive is and like what
okay.
how you came up with the name.
Um I'm Martin Magana is my full name. Um I was I loved being in school and not paying fucking attention. I was notorious for that shit and I would always just like be writing just I wouldn't it first started with me just writing like whatever the fuck I like came to my brain. It didn't even rhyme. And like I would just call it free writing. And I just like write. Just I would put my pencil down or pen and I wouldn't lift up my pen. I would just keep going. And it would just be it would turn into like first it was like me telling stories and then it turns into like me making up stories of like different scenarios of shit like that I would think about and stuff like that. And then it turned into like me writing poetry and then turning that poetry into raps. And so like I'd just be in class like just writing shit. And next thing I knew I had a rap. And then I'd go like we had like the laptops at school. I don't know if you guys had the laptops and shit,
Yeah.
but we had the laptops and we had access to YouTube. I don't know why the fuck they gave us access to YouTube in school because we would go fucking crazy, dude. We'd be fucking watching stupidest shit sometimes. But I'd find instrumentals. I'd find like just some fucking crazy beats, and then I would put my raps over the beats, and they were somewhat decent. They're all right. And then I remember I got kicked off the basketball team for because we had me and my homies that got pulled over with a bunch of fucking alcohol. He got a fucking
Mm.
DUI, and the school had figured out about it, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't have you on the team, dude. You're a fucking troublemaker. What the fuck?" And I was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck you guys." I was so pissed off. My little school that I was at, it was it was small as fuck. The whole high school was like 400 people from like freshman to senior. It was like 400 people total.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so I was just like super pissed off, you know, like I was just like fuck this school, dude. So I remember I went home early because if at our school, like if you just went to the nurse and you said you puked, they would let you fucking go home. And I would just be like, yeah, I puked. And then I remember I got pissed off, and we had to dress up for the basketball games every day. So I was in a suit. I was in like a fucking 3-piece suit that we had to dress up in. And I remember I went to the fucking nurse. I was like, send me the fuck home. I just puked. This big ass 3-piece suit. I was pissed off. Got home, and I immediately just went to the pad and just started writing shit. And it was the first actual rap that I wrote it and I called it a rap. I was like, this is a rap. Like, this is not poetry. This is me rapping. And I showed my brother and his homie, and they were like, yeah, dude, that's actually like that's pretty tight. That's pretty cool. And then I started rapping it for people at my school. And then one thing turned to the other. We just started like freestyling. And I was the only one who was actually like rapping. All my homies were kind of just like fucking around. And then it turned into us getting a little studio type thing in the fucking room in their basement, my homie's fucking crib. And then we just started doing shit in the closet, like recording shit in the closet. Had all these fucking Christmas lights and posters of like Bob Marley, Snoop Dogg, all the fucking artists, Mac Miller. We had a bunch of them. And we just started fucking around. It was nothing serious until I started like making like decent amount of shit where they're like, yo, we have to start like posting this on like YouTube and shit like that. And I was always like, oh fuck, I don't know. And they're like, no, dude, like you're fucking. There was like 6 of us. There was like 6 or 7 of us, but like me and my other friend Eddie, his name was, were like the only 2 that were like really serious about it. We were like, yeah, we want to make this. We want to actually fucking like do this shit like for real. So he bought a bunch of equipment, and then I'd go over to his house. We start recording. It was just small shit here and there, and then we recorded this like actual full length song. We put it on a CD, and we went to a party and we played it for everyone, and they were all going fucking nuts. They were like, "Who the fuck is this rapping?" And it was just me, my homie, and my other friend. And we just all like got on a song, and they were like, "This is actually pretty fucking tight." And so then I started hitting up this other dude who I didn't really know, but I knew of him because of his brothers. I was friends with his brothers, but it was their younger brothers. So I didn't really know him, and he was recording shit in his closet back at his crib. And I was like, I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm friends with your brothers, but I don't really know you as much. But I know that you record music. Is there any way I can record a song with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, fucking come through." And that's when I made "Dead to You" on my SoundCloud. That's the first song that I ever posted, and that's a song that was like about the breakup, the heartbreak shit, and fucking the whole school went crazy for that song. Like they're like, "This is a fucking damn good song. You need to keep making raps. You need to keep doing shit." And that's when I was like, right there. That's when I was like, okay, I could actually do something out of it, like actually make a career out of this. I feel like I just gotta stay focused. So I started making a shit ton of music.
So how old were you like when this happened?
That was, let me think. That was junior. I was 17. Okay. I was 17 when I dropped that.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, 17. I'm trying to think of that because 18 was senior year. Yeah, 17 year because that was junior year, and I remember I got held back. So yeah, 17 years old, I wrote that, and I was like, all right, I need to fucking get like started. If I want to actually be a rapper, I gotta fucking practice for this shit. I don't want to just be another one of those people that are like, I'm rapping because it's cool. I remember telling myself that when I was first starting. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I want to actually give a fuck. And I started listening to Kendrick. That's when I got introduced into Kendrick because my homie was like, hey, bro, you rap really well. I think you'd like Kendrick Lamar. And I remember the first time I ever listened to Kendrick Lamar was me and my homie. He lived right behind me. And we'd like go out just fucking into our backyards and we just smoke and chill and shit like that. And he had a boat because we lived in like a fucking gated community where we had like a lake and shit like that. And you could go fucking swimming. There's like a pool and shit. You could have boats. You could take out your boats. And so they had this boat that was broken down that we were just chilling in this backyard. And we would just like sit there and smoke and listen to music and shit. And he was like, all right, bro, lay back, look up at the stars and just don't say anything. And just while you smoke, just like listen to the song. And he played cartoons and cereal. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I remember just thinking like, what kind of like rap is this? Because the intro to that song is wacky as fuck, but it's so fucking different. And then I remember just being like super infatuated with Kendrick ever since then. I was like, who the fuck is this? And they just told me Kendrick Lamar. And I started listening to Section 80 because Good Kid, Mad City hadn't come out yet. But he was like gearing up for the release. And so then like he started dropping, I remember that one of the singles was Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, I think. It was either that one or no, it was Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. And I remember listening to that on fucking repeat. I remember just like listening to it on repeat, just being like, this is such good music. Like, because the only rap I'd ever known prior to that was Eminem, Kanye, and I wouldn't really necessarily call Blink 182 rap, but they had some verses in their music where it was really rap like. And I remember like thinking about that. And so like that's like the only kind of rap I knew. And so when I got introduced into Kendrick, I was just like, this is so fucking cool. Like this type of music, just being able to fucking tell a story, but while you're telling the story, you're sounding cool as shit at the same time. And I was just so fucking intrigued with rap itself. So I started listening to a shit ton of Kendrick, and then Good Kid, Mad City dropped. I listened to the fucking whole album on repeat like crazy. You can spark that. And it's fine. I got some. What is it? What time is it? 4 o'clock. I got 2 hours, so I gotta go to work. We Gucci. But I remember just fucking listening the fucking shit out of it, and I just kind of. A lot of artists, when they first start coming up, they like to copy their idols in a form, in a sense, because they can get like a good grasp of how to make a song. And so that's what I would do. I would listen to Kendrick instrumentals, and I would remake his hook. I would like take his hook, but I put it with my own words, and then I would just like make a verse my own. Like the verse would be my own shit. And so that kind of gave me a good introduction into like how to actually write a song, like verse, hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, blah 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 blah, like A B A B. That's what actually taught me how to like write a song. And so then I took that knowledge and I started writing like my own shit. That's like where the story now that I'm talking about, where I started first listening to Kendrick, happened prior to me hanging out with all my homies. I kind of fucked up the story, but so like I listened to Kendrick, started hanging out with all my homies that were rapping, and then we started doing all the rap shit, like all of us. And then I got broken up with. I made that song, and that's when I was like, I really need to start fucking making more fucking good music for these people to fucking actually enjoy.
Right.
And so
that makes sense.
The second song on my SoundCloud is actually a remix of "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst" by Kendrick. It's that beat. That beat is one of my favorite beats ever within hip hop, ever within music. And I fucking love that song. I love the idea of it. I love everything he talks about. And in the story, or in the song that I wrote about it, it's called Family Matters. And I was just talking about like family matters within like my own life, like shit that I have gone through. I haven't gone through a whole lot, but like everyone, like I said, has their problems. Parents getting divorced at a young age, even though it's not like anything crazy. I remember just growing up being like, my parents would never get divorced. I'd always see divorced parents and be like, how the fuck do they live like that? Like that's absolutely crazy. So when my parents did get divorced, it was just like it was super weird. I wasn't sad. I wasn't like mad or anything. I was just weirded out, confused, because I was just so young, and I was just like, I thought you guys were supposed to last forever. What the fuck is this? Y'all are divorcing. It was so weird, and I was like a therapist for like both my parents through the whole thing, because they were living with these weird, like they were all still living with each other while they were trying to get divorced, and they would fight all the fucking time, and I'd be like, you guys need to stop fighting, because the kids, my sisters, are gonna see this shit, and they're gonna grow up thinking that this is what marriage is gonna be like. You gotta stop fucking doing this in front of the kids. And it was a big step for me in growing up, because I felt like I was being a parent to my parents, and it taught me a lot. And then that's when I really started writing more like heartfelt shit, because a lot of the songs that I first started writing were just like fuck around, feel good songs, drive with the homies, you're cruising, you're smoking and shit like that, chilling. I didn't really start making conscious music until my parents got divorced, and I was like, yo, I got a slap of life. Like I got fucking slapped in the face by reality. And I was like, things may not be meant to last. So that's just how it's gotta be. So I started writing about like just more real shit. I started writing about my problems, stuff that I go through. And that's what they told me that the second song that I dropped it made people cry. And when people told me that, when they were like, when they're like, that song made me cry. And I sat there and I thought about how me sitting in my room just writing a song, writing what I fucking feel, writing down what I feel and recording it could make someone feel an emotion as to cry. I was so astounded. I was just like, that's fucking crazy that I made someone feel that emotion. And that's what like really fueled me to be like, this is what I want to fucking do. I like making music because I like being able to give someone an emotion, whether it's happiness, sadness, realization, anything. I just like making people feel something. And Kendrick Lamar talks about this. He says the feeling of you knowing that you're changing somebody's life by a song that you wrote is the best high you will ever feel in your entire life. And I always think about that because when I first thought about what I'm doing when I write music, I felt like I was like, dude, I'm fucking God. Not really, but like I'm like, this is so crazy. Like I can make people fucking feel an emotion. I felt so I was like, this is amazing. So I understood what he was talking about, how it makes you feel like that. Can you light it again? I fucking was talking too much. But just that exactly. Like I just wanted to continue to make music for that reason. And I did not want to stop. I don't ever want to stop because I feel like if I stop now, I've already gone this far to just end it. No, well, I can't do that. I'd be not only giving up on myself, but giving up on the millions of people that I can reach with my music. I know that I'm not as big as I want to be right now, but I know that if I just stay true to what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to writing the music, I know that it will persevere in itself. I just have to fucking keep going with writing good music, having good people around me, and just realizing that I can always better myself no matter what. I feel like then there's nothing stopping me. There's nothing at all stopping me from wanting to do that. Like, and that's fucking facts.
How would you say like your town influenced your music?
Who influenced my music?
No, so like how would you say like your town influenced your music?
Oh, my town, my city, dude. Oh my
Mm.
fucking god. Okay, yes, I was waiting for this question. Durand. Durand is where. Okay, I was born in Chicago,
Yeah.
Skokie, Illinois. Um, moved to fucking this little town called Durand. It's about 2 hours away from Chicago. Fucking cornfields, cows, farms, like that's all that's here. All my family still lived in Chicago. So growing up, I would visit Chicago a lot. And I'd always remember just being like, I love Chicago, I love the city, but I love that I got to grow up in this rural area because I think about if I had stayed in the city, I don't know if I would have become a rapper. I don't know if I would have ever lived this life. I probably would have, I would, living in the city, I probably would have grown up to be a fucking douchebag for all I know. Like, so I think about, I'm glad that we did come out here because it it introduced me to the people that I met who showed me all the music that I listened to. My brother had a great taste in rock and a lot of like Blink 182, Simple Plan, shit like that. My Chemical Romance, fucking bunch of bands. You like the rock music. And then you started listening to like Eminem and Kanye West. But my friends living out here, my friends are like the ones who were like, yo, you don't listen to fucking Chief Keef? Like you don't listen to fucking
Yeah.
like so many fucking different genres of music. So I think about like living in Chicago, I probably just would have been listening to a couple genres of music, but who's to say living out here I wouldn't have fucking gotten to learn about drill, gotten to learn about fucking rap in itself because I probably would have never been introduced to Kendrick. Later down the road, I would have probably when he got to like the stardom of fucking Damn, but like nothing to where I would have been listening to T-Pad. T-Pad is one of my favorite albums of all time. So like I just think about I'm super grateful for everyone that I did meet out here because like I said, I just got to learn about so much different types of music. And like that's another thing. My homie was out here living in the fucking boonies in cornfields and shit, and he was listening to Chief Keef. So like it's fucking crazy to think like that, but that's what music can do. Good music will fucking go anywhere in the
Universal.
world. If it's good
Mhm.
fucking music, it's good music. And that's why I'm so glad that I'm able to listen to like everything. There's very little small parts of music that I can't like. I could say that I just cannot listen to that. But for the most part, I love all types of fucking music. Like I love listening to all types of music. I love dancing to all types of fucking music. I love rapping and making songwriting for other types of music. Like I don't know if you guys have ever heard the other side of me because there's Motiv, and then I had this other side called David Aubrey, who is like a songwriter. Motiv's like the rapper, and then like David Aubrey's like the songwriter. And I have a couple songs with him on Spotify and Apple. I'll fucking send them your guys' way. But because when I first started music, when I first started freestyling, I should say, I would sing it. I'd be singing, like I'd be like, and then that turned into me going faster and then faster and faster and faster into where I got like with rapping. So when I first started freestyling, I definitely say it would be singing. And when I started rapping, I wanted to make sure that I was staying with what I first was doing with music, and I was like singing. So I was like, maybe I could sing choruses and then rap the fucking verses, but anything. And then I just started getting a better hang of everything I was doing. And one thing led to the next. I was making somewhat decent songs. I'd say like when I first started freestyling, I was shit. I was absolutely shit. But when I took the time to write poetry and turn that poetry into rap, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was great, but it wasn't fucking terrible. Like it wasn't like get this shit the fuck away from me. It was like it was tolerable. And I'm glad that it was at least that, because it's like helping everything that I'm gonna be able to create in the future with like raps. And I think about now like how you were listening to my old shit on SoundCloud. That's like not even that old, but like to think about, I've been rapping now for 7 years. So to think about like the music I'm making now, imagine in the next 5 years, I'm gonna be looking back being like, damn, that I thought that was sounding, because right now the music that I make, I think it sounds fucking amazing with my engineer, what else he does and shit like that. But I'm gonna be like 5 years down the road, I'm gonna look back being like, yeah, it was okay, because now I'm making shit like this.
Right.
And logic is a thing. I think it's your old shit isn't your best shit until your new shit is your old shit or something like that. I think I'm fucking butchering it, but just somewhat that aspect he's talking about, that's very fucking true. Like when I was making my old shit, at the time I was making it, I was like, this is fucking amazing. This sounds fucking great. And now I'm making the music I make now, and I look back at my old shit and I'm like, that sounds fucking, that's day and night. Like that is day and night difference to what like it sounds like artistically, the vibe. When I make music, I try to make a vibe towards it. Like I try to like, so when people are listening to it, they're not just listening to a good song. They're actually like, it takes them somewhere. It like transcends them, because I feel like that's a good way to make fucking music. That is a good way to capture someone's ear. And I'm glad I'm gonna be fucking talking about "Don't Test Me," because that's, I feel like, one of my favorite songs to where it does that. It puts you in a different like realm, especially the first part of it, where it's like more slow. But I'll talk about that later when we fucking come back to it, because I love that song. But
how would you describe your sound? Somewhere to ask.
I would say my new stuff that I'm making now, it's more, I guess the word would be electronic, but it's not electronic because I'm still rapping, I'm still hip hop and shit, but like the auto tune with it.
Right.
I definitely say it's like that, to where it's like people can get a good fucking vibe out of it. They can listen to it, but I'm noticing that they're not coming back to it. And that's when I'm like, I want to make something to where people can listen to it repeatedly. Because I think about like Michael Jackson. I was just listening to fucking Thriller a couple fucking minutes before the interview, and that song sounds like it came out yesterday. It literally can sound like it came out yesterday, and it's like timeless. It's fucking timeless music. So I want to make,
for real.
I want to make music that is fucking timeless. That is, you could play it whenever in an era, and it's just that like it's fucking punctual. I want to make punctual, timeless music. That's what I want my sound to be. I'd say my sound right now is decent. It's getting there, and that's just me being hard on myself, because I listen to it and I listen to all this other good music, and I'm like, I want my shit to sound like that, but I want my sound to be timeless. That's what I'm aiming for sure.
Definitely, you definitely have a distinct sound. Like that was one of the main things I noticed. I heard your music for the first
And
time.
that's good too. I'm glad that like you get that, because when I think about that, I don't think about like, I'm just like, I make the music and I make the music. So I'm glad I have someone where I can talk to you about it, and you say that, because I don't think about those are things that I don't think about until someone who listens to my music and actually enjoys it tells me.
Yeah,
So now I have that, and like now when I'm writing, I think about that. So thank you for sure.
no
Thank you,
problem.
thank you.
What you said is good too, though. Like as far as you're kind of aiming and looking to where you want to be. Like you want to be, contemporaries and peers with like the greats. So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be hard on yourself until you feel like you're up there with them, which is great. I mean, that's how you get there, I think.
Straight up that mindset, exactly. Thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
for real.
So who would you my bad. Who would be like your top 5 influences?
The top 5 influences, I'm gonna have to say Kendrick Lamar, Kanye,
All right.
Frank Ocean, Hobson, and Logic for sure.
That's
And
solid 5.
I feel like I derive out of them a lot, because when I first started like writing my shit, I definitely was writing it in like the aspect of Logic and Kendrick, like being like, I want to fucking rap fast like Logic, but I want to say meaningful shit like Kendrick. And then Kanye just always gave me the confidence to do whatever the fuck I want. Like I can make music about fucking doing shit with my buddies, just fucking running around doing dumb shit, or make a song about my life, telling whatever, pouring my heart out on a beat. So Kanye definitely gave me the confidence for that. And it always goes between Hobson and Drake, because Drake has taught me a lot too, with like just being able to do, like, you could sing and you could rap, like you can do that. It is okay to do that. But Kanye is who influenced Drake with that. So
Mm-hmm.
it goes back to Kanye. But Kanye opened the fucking doors a lot, and people don't realize it. That's why he's in my top 5, because he, no one was talking about the shit that he was talking about with College Dropout. No one, like, you had, when he was coming out, you had 50 Cent, who was really arguably like the biggest hip hop or rap act in that time. He had Jay-Z too, but like fucking Kanye was different, because he was the only one not talking about just blinging fucking shit on your wrist and neck. He was talking about fucking everyday problems that people are dealing with, shit that you can relate to. Not everyone can relate to fucking Jay-Z whipping a fucking Wraith down the goddamn road. Like, you can't relate to shit like that being just an average casual listener. But with Kanye, when he was dropping fucking College Dropout, I'm trying to think of the song, All Falls Down. That, I always go back to that song,
Yeah,
because
classic.
it's just so, it's so real, and it's so like tangible, because everyone is going through that type of shit. Everyone's not, like I said, everyone's not whipping a fucking race. Like, everyone's just going through normal problems. And when they listen to the song, it's not just a good song. They're like, yo, I fucking feel that. Like, that's that's how I look at it. And then with Frank Ocean, dude, I'd have to say my two, arguably, like, they go for number one with favorite albums, is Channel Orange and T-Pab, The Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick. But then Channel Orange by Frank, because when I fucking first heard Thinking About You by Frank, he was like another one of those artists to where when I heard his music, I was like, I need to write like him. I need to fucking make music like this. I need to do shit like this. Very few artists have done that for me. But definitely Frank, when I first heard like all that shit, the whole fucking Channel Orange, because I remember Thinking About You was a single for the album, and I was just listening to that like crazy, and then the album came out, and I didn't like really know about it, but I just knew that the album was out, and I was listening to it, and I just fucking was like, dude, this is such a good body of work. Like, it's just, it doesn't even sound like an album. It sounds like a fucking experience. Like, you got like After Hours by The Weeknd. That's a more recent album that like gives me that type of feeling. that when I listen to it. Astroworld by Travis Scott.
Love
Fucking
that one too.
dude, like those are albums that are experiences. When you turn it on, you're not just listening to a fucking song. You are transcending. I keep going back to that word because that's literally what I want my music to do, is just to make people that when they listen to it, it immediately puts them into this vibe of, oh, yo, turn everything else down, turn this shit the fuck up. Also, I think about this when I'm making a song. When I'm playing music in a car and it's at like a low volume because I'm doing some bullshit or whatever the fuck, I'm peeling out of like the drive-through and I hear the song and I immediately turn it the fuck up. That's the type of music I want to make too. Cause like I want to make music that I'm like, oh fuck, this song's on. Shut the fuck up. Turn this shit the hell on. Like you just go fucking crazy. That's why I love Travis, because immediately when I listen to his fucking songs, I do that shit and I'm like, everyone stop doing what the fuck you're doing. Like same with Kanye. That's why I make music like that. I'd have to say Travis. Logic and Hobson being number 4 and number 5, I can throw them out just because their latest music has been hella corny and I don't want to be hungry. And then as soon as I make it, I start getting complacent as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like that's what happened with fucking Logic. Like, he was one of my biggest fucking, I was one of his biggest fans. I was going to fucking all his shows and shit. And then after his album Everybody, the one where that album blew him into fame because of 1-800, that song about the suicide prevention hotline. That shit, it blew him into fame. Before that, he was I'd say he was about a C-D list celebrity, but then that blew him into like B list, and I was like, holy fuck, dude. He just started getting lazy as fuck. He started getting complacent as shit because he got all this money, he had all these endorsements, and he was just like, what the fuck am I rapping for when I have all this now? And I was just like, dog, what the fuck do you mean? I thought you like doing the music because you like doing the fucking music. And then Hobson, the whole ass of the story.
Retiring, I was confused. I feel like you only put out
that's
like
dude. So that's when I was like, I fucking listened to No Pressure, that last album he dropped. I listened to it like twice. Like it was okay, but my favorite album by him to this day still is Under Pressure, his debut Into the Game. That's a damn good piece of work. But that's another album to when I play it, it's like an experience. But yeah, that's what I want to fucking do. I want to like, those are my fucking top 5 influences. But yeah, Travis too. I fucking love Travis. I love Drake. They have all definitely influenced me a lot recent years. But top 3 definitely would be Kendrick, Kanye, and Frank. I feel like those are the 3 that like slap me across the face to be like, this is how you should make music.
Those are good to have for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, I totally forgot to say this earlier, so I'm gonna say it now before I forget again. We were talking about the critiquing, like you were talking about how vicious people are online, and I feel like my opinion might be wrong, but at the same time, I just feel like people who aren't contributing to like art or culture or like like I feel like their opinion should be a little lower. Like if you don't make music, you can have an opinion, but I feel like it should be like, lower.
You can't be like trying to on somebody's rap skills.
Yeah, you can't be like OD and it's like you don't put anything out. Like, oh, this movie's so bad, blah blah blah. But it's like, but you don't make movies. You can't really do that like with music.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's consumers, there's creators, and there's consumer creators. There's fucking, and then there's plebs. There's fucking assholes. There's fucking dumbasses who just don't understand fucking shit when it comes to creating anything. Because yes, they've never created anything. They've never tried it because one, it scares the fucking shit out of people that they have to create something. They're like, holy fuck. I know there's people who have like, I've talked to, they're like, dude, I find it absolutely like astonishing that people write music. Like it's just absolutely crazy. I could never picture myself doing that. And he was like cool about it though, because he was just talking about like kind of what we're talking about now, like how opinions just shouldn't matter to anyone who, if the person's not making fucking art, they really don't have a say. They don't really have a say because they're looking at it at this little tiny, they're looking through like that, being like, oh yeah, that's fucking bullshit. And it's like, who the fuck are you to
Yeah.
say anything. Like you have, and like you said, everyone is entitled to an opinion, yes, but those opinions they're like in the wastebasket for me,
I
while
feel
the
like
other opinions
everybody's entitled to
are
opinion.
laid out.
Not every opinion needs to be heard. Like it's not
Oh yeah,
like
Exactly.
that's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Because I mean, it's just kind of strange. Like if you, I mean, because every creative, every artist is also like a consumer. I mean, you don't really, I don't think you start doing something unless you love it. Like every director, every filmmaker loves film. Every musical artist loves some music at least.
exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're just kind of, yeah, commenting on
Consumer
something that you
creative.
don't even know is crazy.
Yeah, and that's why we think fuck has that. We realize that, and we check ourselves before we say some shit. I know at least when I'm like on social
Oh,
media
yeah.
and there's some comments or something like that, I'll be like, all right, calm the fuck down. Because dude, you cannot have an argument with someone who is just ridiculously bigoted or just fucking one-sided or just anything to where it's like negative, because you're gonna try having that conversation and it's gonna piss you the fuck off
Yeah.
trying to convince someone who doesn't even like isn't even thinking about being convinced. They're just like, no, my way is the right fucking way. And that's why I'm just always like,
I always think of like two things. It's kind of the first thing I think of is kind of like if we reach our goals and like our dreams and everything, then eventually we'll we'll kind of be in the same space as these people, and it'll be kind of awkward to like meet like Eminem. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
did you call me
yes,
exactly.
like trash 5 years ago? And you're
yes,
like, oh,
yes,
like, oh my
yes.
god.
No, but the thing is, I would be like
Like, oh,
Eminem.
shit.
I would literally like bow to the motherfucker in real life right now. I'd be like, dude, you are the reason, one of the like a decent reason why I rap to this day. But what the fuck has your last shit like? I would straight up like I would have to like I couldn't just be like sitting there
Respectfully.
being like, I couldn't be like, dude, that last album, that fucking revival or whatever the fuck, that shit was hot. But no, I could not.
Oh,
I could not, dude. But I think about that all the time because I've met Hobson twice in my life.
That's what's
oh,
up.
okay, cool.
Fucking, and it was once at a show. It was the first rap show I ever fucking went to my whole entire life. First rap show I ever went to. It was in Joliet, and it was Hop's show, and he was with the whole Funk Volume fucking crew, and he was like, I need 3 people who freestyle up on this fucking stage right now. And my homie, they all fucking played football. They're all big as fuck. He's like, want me to lift you up? And I was like, yeah, I was small shit. He's like, fucking lifted me up, and I was just like in the air, like, hey, hey. I was the first person that Hop calls me to fuck up on stage, and I was like, holy fucking shit, I'm about to have to freestyle. I fucking said some dumbass shit up on stage. It's on fucking Facebook. I gotta find that video, but it was nuts. And now that I look back at it, when I was doing it, when I was up on that stage, that venue looked so big. But when I watch it on the video, it's literally like a little bar, like a bar venue, so fucking small. And I was just like, dude, I'm on fucking stage with Hop. And then the other fucking time I met him was at another show in Chicago, downtown Chicago. And after the show, we went to that double decker McDonald's in downtown, and we were fucking eating and shit. And I'm no fucking lie. I'm like sitting, just eating my fucking, I remember I had a breakfast burrito and I was just chilling, and I look up and he comes through the front door with like 2 bitches. And I was just like, I looked at my brother and my friend and I was like, bro, that's fucking Hop. Hop is in McDonald's right now. And they're like, what the fuck? And they looked up and they saw him, and they'd be like, kind of like followed him, but we didn't want to make it look weird. So we were like found him a little bit. And like I went up to, like behind him, and I was like, Hobson? And he like turned around, he's like, hey, what's up, bro? And I was like, what the fuck are you doing eating at McDonald's? But now that I think about it, that was the fucking tour. That was a tour that he was on with Funk Volume when they were leeching. They were fucking Damien, the head of it, was picking out their pockets. He was picking out Hop's fucking pockets. He was taking all their money and shit for no reason. No duh, he was eating that fucking McDonald's. He's like, I can't afford nothing else. But yeah, I talked to him for like a little bit. I was like, I don't know if you remember me at the show, blah blah blah. But he was just like, no, I don't really remember you, but it's cool that you fucking like did that. You at this show now. He didn't really give a fuck. But I was just like, it's cool to fucking see his ass. And I was like, where you sitting? He's like, I'm sitting with these 2 girls that I haven't seen in a long time. My 2 friends. So I'm like, man, fuck that. I was like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. But it was nuts. It was just nuts seeing them. And then at another show, fucking he fucking staged that, and I had to hold him up and shit like that. And I was like, this motherfucker doesn't even know that I've already met this asshole 2 times before, and now I'm holding him up. But no, it was crazy. It was nothing like too special, but it was just nuts. Like actually fucking encountering a person like that, because it gave me. I was just like, yo, like this is fucking Hop in front of me, and I hate that I'm like fanning out, but it's just like how it's fucking weird. It's just how it is. Like when you see these people. I remember at a Travis Scott concert, I was super up close, and I was just like, dude, Travis Scott is like right in front of me. It's fucking crazy how we think like that. But
Yeah.
I know that once we start getting bigger and shit like that and meeting more people, it's just gonna be normal. It's gonna be like a normal thing to meet these kinds of people, and we're just gonna kind of get used to being like, okay, I'm gonna fucking meet this fucking crazy ass famous person. But I don't know. It's just it's a weird topic.
Yeah, nah, it's funny. I think the most famous person I ever met was Reggie Bush, old running back. He was at like
shit, for real?
Yeah, he was at somebody's high school game for like his little cousin, and everybody like once they realized who it was, because football players like wear the helmets. So once we realized like, oh, that's Reggie Bush, everybody ran over. I got like a hat autographed. I was like 12 or something. I'm like, hey, Reggie Bush, like, oh my god. It was
That's
cool,
cool though. That's cool though.
Yeah, it's random.
But yeah, it's fucking it's goofy. Just meeting celebrities like that, like when it's that random like that, it's fucking just goofy as hell. Because I was just eating my fucking breakfast burrito. I didn't expect Marcus Hobson to come walking through the fucking door. So I was just like, oh shit, I'm fucking.
Is Hobson from Chicago or like Illinois?
What's that?
Is Hobson like from Chicago or Illinois?
I don't know. That's why he was fucking capping about those girls. He was like, these are just friends I haven't seen in a long time. Like, shut up, you trying to smash. But no, he I think he's from what's it called? Florida, not Florida. I think it's California. Panorama City. And I think that's in California.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Panorama City.
Los Angeles.
Small city called Panorama. What about Joe Coleman when it smashed with him? Dude, I used to fucking go crazy with Hop. He used to throw some fucking, and then he dropped some bullshit ass album and then some song called Happy Endings. If y'all ever listen to that shit, dude, it was so bad he took it off of his fucking YouTube channel.
Damn.
It was
only
him.
Hobson song.
He was talking about going to an Asian parlor and getting a fucking happy ending. Basically them them fucking him and shit like that, dude. It was so bad, and he took it off his channel because it was so racist.
Oh my god.
It was so bad. What else you got for me, Sam?
Oof.
I'll be right back.
That's good. When he comes back, we can have you do like the breakdown. But how is quarantine been keeping you busy? I mean, not quarantine.
Fucking, I just be working a lot. I try to take a lot of hours just so I can get money for like studio and shit like that. But like when I'm at work, I fucking be listening to a bunch of fucking YouTube videos, just random shit sometimes, and then most of the time just like music reviews, sometimes even music. I just try to listen to a bunch of shit that can update me. I've always been like that, just like listening to stuff that can like teach me more about the industry. I remember I used to watch a lot of interviews growing up, like this, of artists talking about their deals and shit like that, trying to understand what the fuck everything was, a label, a record deal. Like I was trying to understand everything. It took me some time, but I finally got to like figuring everything out and being like, all right, what would I do in this situation? YouTube is a fucking straight up
really the tool, like
dude. Yes.
And all about the music business is like the best book to read about everything. Like literally.
Okay. I'm gonna look into that. I don't like read the books, but I get books off audiobook and I listen to them.
Definitely.
I'm gonna do my fucking shit because they just talk it out, and I'm like, all right. I listen to fucking Russ's book all the fucking time. That he has a damn good book where he just talks about like it's kind of like a blueprint because Russ is another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Not even for like the music wise, he makes great music. Don't get me wrong, but he just drops. Yes, dude. Yes, he drops gems. He drops fucking gems, and if you listen and if you give a fuck, you could actually get some smart shit out of him just by listening. He's all about helping the artist, all about making sure they could be fucking on top of their shit. Yeah, I fuck with that. Because when I first came in, like I'm saying, I didn't know a fucking thing. I didn't know fucking left from right when it came to the music industry. Like I was just knowing that I wanted to fucking make music and that I wanted to get it out on a platform where everyone can listen to it and that I can perform too. Because I love performing.
What's your favorite part about performing?
Just being able to fucking go out in front of a fuck ton of people and showcase them your music, your art that you made, like the art that I've made. Like just me able to like go out there and be like, all right, this is a song that I wrote. You guys are all gonna listen to it while I fucking jump back and forth on the stage. Like I just fucking like going out there and being able to be myself. And it's what I enjoy to do. Like that's what I love to fucking do. That's what I want to do music because that's something that when like I can get up every morning and be like, I love doing what I do.
Right.
I don't want to go my whole life being like, I don't know what the fuck I want to do with my life. I don't want to wake up every morning being like, I have to go to work and do this and that, not knowing what the fuck I'm gonna do next week. I want to be able to fucking wake up and be like, all right, I got this fucking music I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this shit because I want to make it, because I love to make it, and I'm gonna fucking perform it for these people in fucking Japan and go all the way to fucking Russia. Even I would love to fucking tour the world. That's honestly one of the biggest reasons why I want to like get into music. I remember growing up when I would be saying that and be talking about it, I'd be like, I just want to fucking tour the world. I just want to go all over the U.S. and perform in these different cities and get to meet these people, these fans even like who enjoy listening to my music. I just want to fucking see the world. I've been in fucking Chicago or Illinois practically my whole life. I've only been to Florida, Los Angeles, Colorado, but I just stopped at the airport in Colorado. I didn't even get to fucking go out and explore shit. But like, I just want to go and explore. I just want to fucking see the different places in the world. I don't want to die living in the same fucking place my whole life. That is so fucking lame.
That's all that.
Like, and I just want to perform. I just want to perform my music in front of hundreds or thousands of people. I don't give a fuck. I just want to perform in front of people so that I could be like, I made this, and now I had the opportunity to play it for you guys. Like that's just big. That's just big on me. And like what I was going back to how Kendrick was talking about, like that's just a high. That's like a high that will overcome fucking smoking, fucking doing any type of drug, fucking anything. Like that is what I'm chasing.
I thank God, man, that we're able to like in this era where we're able to like do creative stuff and it be like a real career.
Yes.
As far as like, yeah, like it's not like it doesn't have to be a hobby or like a side job, passion. It's like a real thing.
But yeah, for real, exactly.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
That's my roommate Dylan, and he's basically one of the heads of fucking.
I'm like a manager.
He's one of the heads of fucking group project too.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we got some fucking Motiv merch coming.
Okay, but
we got some fucking Motiv.
That's what's up.
But what the fuck was I gonna say? I'm trying to remember. About Zion, what did you finish off on? I was gonna segue off what you were talking about.
Yeah, like the fact that we can do creative stuff easier nowadays and like make a career off it.
Okay, yes, thank you. Because think about like, I remember when my fucking parents were growing up, they were like, my fucking mom told me I had to go to college, blah blah blah, do this, blah, 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 blah. Like there was always these formulas for these lives. I'm glad that we are in this time now where we could be like, I don't want to do that. I want to do what I want to fucking do, and that is either create music or create art in some fucking way, shape, or form, anything. Glad that we are in a fucking era. That is a damn good thing to say.
Yeah, man. For real.
Dude, that's like so scary. I remember when I was in high school, I was always like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I think it was like senior year was the actual year when I was like, all right, I'm gonna do music. And it was at the end of the fucking year because I remember when I graduated, I told them to tell. Like, I remember when we graduated, we had to fucking tell the person who was saying our shit. They're like, what do you want us to say that you're like going off and adventuring into after high school, and I was like, I guess like the police force, because I was like thinking about being a fucking cop, but because it's my whole family's like in the fucking justice fucking system and shit like that. But I was just like, you know what, that's not what I really want to fucking do. So I just told him to say it, and then 'cause I didn't want to sound like a fucking asshole when there was like, yeah, Martin McGonagall is graduating. He's gonna be going off into doing nothing after high school. I was just like, man, fuck, I hated graduation. I did not want to go. I told my mom, I was like, please let me do not let me have to go to graduation. I did not want to go to it. Oh my god, I fucking hated everything about school. I hated school so much. That's why I was out every fucking class, dude. You'd see me fucking either on YouTube watching interviews or writing shit to a beat. Like I did not give a fuck. And my teachers, I loved my teachers, but they always hated me for it because they'd just be like, dude, it's so hard to fucking get shit from you. My one social studies teacher, he would just pass me. He would like give us like papers and stuff like that. Only thing I'd have to do was like the project in his class, but like for normal papers and normal everyday bullshit, he would just pass me because he believed in like my music and everything like that. I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking artist. I just want to get everything like established and set up. But he was just always like, yeah, dude. And that was nice. That was like I guess the only nice thing about growing up in that small ass town was that the town itself only had like 1,200 people.
Wow.
That's how small the town was, Little Duran. And that's why I think about how crazy it is if I do, not saying if I do, when I do become a fucking whatever the fuck with music, I'm gonna be able to be like, I came from this bumfuck ass town called fucking Durand that was in the middle of fucking nowhere, cows and cornfields, and they're gonna people be like, how the fuck are you not like a country singer and shit like that? I'd be like, dude, I'm a rapper. I am a fucking rapper. But yeah, dude, it's fucking. I'm glad everything has panned out the way it has panned out. I think about that all the damn time.
Definitely. So I was about to ask you, what is your family like and parents think about you pursuing music?
That's another thing I like talking about because I notice in a lot of fucking shit that I read and watch with artists, their parents weren't really like super helpful. They're kind of like against what they were doing. I remember when I first told my dad and I was like, I really want to go into doing music and shit like that. He was all about it. He was in a band when he was growing up, or when he was growing up. And then he met my mom and fucking had us little fucking gremlins. And I always told him, I was like, dude, you guys, if you never met mom, my fucking mother, you would have been a fucking great band. They would have been a damn good band. But everyone just found wives and shit like that. And I always told him, I was like, was it worth it? Like, and he's like, of course, I had you kids and shit like that. But I was just always like, deep down, like, deep down, I know my dad's like, if I didn't meet my wife and have the kids, he knows that he would have been like a decent fucking band. And I've always gave him shit for that. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna give you shit, but I'm just gonna be like, think about that. And now think about what I can do if I fucking keep going with music and shit like that. So I talked to him about it, and he was immediately like, yeah, go ahead, like do it, just do what the fuck you want to do. Do whatever makes you happy, and if it's music that makes you happy, then yes, pursue that. And my mom was always like, that's cool and shit like that, but just have a backup plan. And then I took her to one of my shows. It was like one of the first shows that I like actually performed and went up on stage and shit. And she saw the outcome after the show. Everyone was like congratulating me and shit like that, like saying what's up. And she saw it, and I was like, yeah, this is like what I want to do right here. And she's like, if this is what you want to do, then I can't stop you at this point, because she saw like the outcome and she saw everything that was happening, and she's like, okay, maybe this can happen. And I think that's all she needed. And ever since then, it's been uphill. I mean, like I guess uphill, because I haven't had to really fucking show her too much, being like, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. She's like, every time I tell her something about with music, she's just always like, yep, okay, good shit, keep going, because like she just believes in whatever the fuck is gonna happen, it's just gonna happen. And so overall, they've been super fucking supportive, and I am 110% grateful for that, because like I said, I hear these stories, and it just always scares me, because I'm just like, dude, what if I had parents like that? Like, your parents are like the biggest thing when you're first growing up and like looking for approval with anything besides like your friends, your peers and shit.
Yeah.
And so like whatever they're gonna give whatever like feedback they're giving back, I feel like is very, very important at a young age because you're gonna go on your whole life thinking that. I know when my fucking parents, like, this is just fucking around, when they told me that you can't have a light on in the car at night, and like a dome light on in the car at night, it's illegal. And I always like be like, that's what the fuck, that's true. I grew up like till I was 15, I realized that was not true. So think about like when your parents could tell you at a young age that is, if you had parents that were just like, you could do anything you fucking want, like at a young age, being like 6, 7 years old, you could be like, I remember my fucking parents and teachers would always ask, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I don't fucking know. I want to be alive, damn it. That's what I want to fucking be. Like,
today's
like,
age.
so it's fucking, like, if you just have super supportive parents, then you're just Gucci because they're just going to be like, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as what you're doing is making you happy and you're at least not living in a fucking box in a sewer somewhere.
For real. Yeah, no, that's real.
That's the shit. That's it. I like this podcast. This is a fucking. Is it like how does it work then? So this is just a Zoom call, but then like, is it on the podcast?
Yeah. So this I'll take this. I go back and edit it, but it's nothing edited that much, and then like I just put it out. And then like I put the video.
Damn, this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
we have it's
like this.
We got a little intro song, like.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Any dream collaborations?
Dream collaborations. On like a real note, I would love to work with like anyone from Brockhampton, like Matt Champion, probably either Matt or Kevin, because those two are my favorite. But and I know they're gonna make one more album and then break up. Not break up, I should say, but they're just not gonna make music. They're not gonna release music as them like themselves as Brockhampton anymore. They just dropped Roadrunner and then they're gonna drop another album and then it's just gonna be like single work, I believe. But I'd love to work with one of them. I'd love to work with Pharrell. I want him to fucking produce a beat for me.
True.
Because Pharrell's a fucking, he's a god when it comes to those fucking beats, dude.
Fork House, hey.
Exactly. But yeah, there's a fucking. I would love to work with Ye. Pisses me off that Ye worked with Lil Pump. So if Lil Pump did some shit with Ye,
yeah,
I better be able to do some shit with Ye. Motherfucker, that shit that still blows my mind to this day. That they fucking did a track together. That was before he was on his fucking religious hiatus. Now he's all about. So I'd have to come with him with open arms, being like, let's talk about some religious stuff. But yeah, there's a fucking whole lot. I'd love to work with a shit ton of people. I'm trying to think of any one more person. I'd love to work with Kendrick, but I don't know how that would. I don't know how I could do that just because Kendrick is Kendrick. I'd have to be at a level of. I'd have to like stay awake for like 7 days, be writing a bunch of different verses and shit. Like, I'd have to fucking. I know I'll just exercise myself crazy, but yeah. Let's see. What else you got for me?
Let's get into this lyric talk breakdown of "Don't Test Me." I'm gonna play like a little clip of it. I mean, it's on.
Do it. Like I said, that's one of my faves.
Please don't break my heart. No, don't break my heart. Please don't tear it apart. No, don't tear it apart. Please don't test me, baby. No, don't test me, baby. Please don't test me, baby. No, don't test me, baby. Please don't break my heart. No, don't break.
All right. That's
Hey. I can't remember if that's my latest song that I think that's like the last song that I posted recently, right? It is, right?
Yeah.
I can't even fucking remember because I just have so much unreleased shit. But that is definitely one of. What's that?
What's the story behind it? Like, what inspired it?
Okay, so that's a big thing with like a lot of this recent music that I've written that I have on Spotify and shit like that. It really just comes from me being inspired by other music that I listen to. Um, I remember just like when I first made this. I don't know if you guys know who M Triplin is on YouTube, but he's a fucking producer and he's fire as shit. And I've been following him or I've been subscribed to him for a fat minute, and I always come across his beats, and he always has bomb ass fucking beats. So I was always just like, okay, I need to finally make a song with one of these beats. And I remember I came across this one, and it immediately when I first like what I do when I first come across the beat, I listen to the beat like maybe about 30, 45 seconds. And then if I vibe with it, I'm like, all right, I save it, I go back to my shit, I get all my shit ready, I go back to the beat, I play it, and then I record myself trying to make a melody to it. And I remember with this song, I didn't really have to do a lot of work. I wrote the whole song in like an hour. And when I do that, that lets me know that it just everything came to me, because it usually takes me about like 6 to 7 hours to write a decent song. When I want to make like everything perfect. And I remember when I got finished writing it, I was just like, how the fuck did I write this fast? I wrote it at work. Like I said, I read a fucking, I don't know if I said this on the fucking interview today or if it was something else I was talking about, but I write a shit ton of music. I do a lot of work with music while I'm at work. Back when I was working in Durand, I was like a lawnmower, and I'd fucking mow like for my park and shit like that. And I always be on a mower just fucking listening to beats and just like have one hand on the mower. It's like a riding mower. I'd have one hand on the fucking steering wheel and then just fucking writing with the other one. And I remember I wrote this at work just because I just had to mow back and forth on flat land. And I'd just be sitting there. So I was like, all right, fuck. I came across the beat, ended up writing it. But it just came from like, yeah, like I said, just me listening to shit and being like, I just want to make a good song. And when I came across this beat, the beat just immediately inspired me to just write what I write. So when like, I always have to say beats, when like I see the names on them, that sometimes gives me like the idea of what the song's going to be about. But most of the time I just need to listen to the beat and I need to feel the beat and I need to understand what the beat is telling me. And then I just write to what I'm hearing. And so like when I first played the beat, my brain was immediately just like, please don't break my heart. No, don't break my heart. Please don't tear it apart. Like it just went to that melody. But this time when I was writing it, it wasn't a melody. My brain just immediately put the words in itself already with the melody. And that's when I was like, okay, I could write this pretty damn quick. So I wrote the chorus and then immediately went into the verse. And the verse is only, oh shit, let me see. Damn, it's actually pretty damn long now that I'm looking at it right here, but it's decently long. But to me, like when I write like fucking actual verses, they're fucking, to me, like this verse is pretty small compared to my other shit. But yes, I just went to the chorus. And as soon as I got the chorus done, I always try to get the chorus done before anything because the chorus is like the most important thing for me. I cannot have a song without the hook. I need the hook done so I can understand the premise of everything I'm writing about, and then I could do the verses. Like that's for real, because the hook is what's gonna inspire me most to like write the verse. So I got the hook done, and then the verse goes, please don't test me. Let me see. Please don't. Oh no, that's okay. So don't test me, baby. Please don't test me. Just leave me because, baby, I know. And like that's just me fucking around, being able to just go, being like, I just want to sing on this because I like rapping and I like singing. And so at first I was like, all right, I'm just gonna come in singing, and then I'll go into the rapping. And that's what I usually like to do. I like to sing a little bit and then have it like ease into like me actually like going bar for bar. And that's how I'm like, so go, just leave me alone. No, I don't want to stop, turn off on my phone. I know how you work. You ain't nothing but a flirt. You gonna leave me in the dirt. I'ma feel like a joke. It's like fucking getting to, because I know immediately the song, when it turns on, people already have it. Like, they're like, oh, I'm fucking captured. And so then I want to like do the singing part so that as soon as the rapping comes in, they're like, oh, they're tuned in. Like, they're actually fucking tuned in and they're like listening and giving a fuck about what I'm saying. Because I feel like that's how you grab them the most, is
Definitely
with.
the melody, like it's just catchy, like the tone.
That's it, yeah. And
So
that's another thing, yeah. Like when I made it, I was like, this is something that like when you're just chilling, doing bullshit, you think about that melody, and then that's what makes the person be like, oh, I forgot about this song. I want to listen to that song again. So I think about that shit a lot too,
Mm-hmm.
because that is critical. I'm big on making people want to come back to listen to my music. That's what I want to get good at.
Yeah, no, that's good though. It's a good thing to have in mind while you're thinking about the actual like substance and everything too. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Making damn good art. That's all I'm trying to do.
definitely,
That's all
definitely.
I'm trying to do, baby. But let me see. See, yeah, it's pretty short because it goes the hook and then the whole verse, and then it breaks down a little bit back to the fucking hook, and then it goes back to a fucking the chorus. Oh, yeah, that was a pre-hook. Damn. Dude, that's what I'm saying. When I'm writing this shit, dude, I go into like a whole ass other like realm. Like my brain's just like it just shuts off. And then I wake back up and I have a full song written. Like I don't like it's just so fucking weird. Like when I'm writing music, I just get into this zone of like I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, and then when I finish it, I look back, I'm like, holy fuck, I just made this. I don't even fucking remember making this. Like I don't know how the fuck I did this. It just always amazes me that when I do make a good song, I'm like, damn, I did that. Like, and I'm glad I still have that aspect. I feel like that's what's gonna keep me human within the game, within the industry. And that's a big fucking. I just want to. That's a big thing I fucking want to live on is just remaining human. Back to fucking DMX. I want to be like DMX, fucking mopping the floors no matter how big I am.
Definitely, yeah. Just staying humble and grounded.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. That is key. That is key. But yeah, fucking that's Don't Test Me. And that's like I said, that's one of my favorites just because I wrote it and it was like I wrote it so quick and it was like a good like vibey like dance type of fucking song. I wanted it to be like that because as soon as I heard the beat, I was like, this is something that like people could just vibe to. I like making music that people can vibe to it and then they can fucking get like a good fucking message out of it or something that's just like real, like just talking real relatable shit. That's the type of music I like making. That's why I'm always infatuated with writing about love and heartbreak because it's something that everyone goes through, even if like they don't have a heartbreak in their life, they still love something or love someone. And so like I feel like that's really easy to write about because people will always relate to like something dealing with those two things. And I've had a
No,
bunch of instances going through that shit.
nah, for real though. I remember like listening to early Drake. I guess like he was one of my first favorite artists and listening to, all that stuff about like love and heartbreak and I'm
Yeah.
like a little kid, like I don't even know about that stuff. But now
Yes.
going back to it, it's like, whoa, like
Yes, exactly. Because when I would listen to it as a kid, I'd just be like, this just sounds fucking awesome. I remember when I was like fucking 14, 15 years old listening to Marvin's Room being like, I'm depressed, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
like just fucking no business of me just listening to that. But like, it's just a vibe. It's a vibe. That's how we interpret it at a young age. And then when we finally go through those things and we understand life a little bit more, we listen to it with a whole different experience. And that's what I want to do. That's definitely what I want to do. I want to make music for that right there because that just makes me happy. I want to make music that people can just be on the bus ride to school listening to. Like that's how I was when I was like on the bus ride. I just be my head bumping on the fucking bus because they're hitting fucking potholes and shit, listening to my fucking favorite artists. I remember I'd be listening to hella Eminem. I just take my brother's iPod. I remember I just take my fucking brother's iPod and he had a bunch of music downloaded on there, rock, rap, and I just fucking go crazy listening to all that. I remember he had who was that? I was like 10 years old listening to 3 6 Mafia. I had no fucking business listening to fucking 3 6 Mafia, slap on my knob, like corn on the cob. Terrible. I was fucking way too young singing that shit because of my brother. My brother put me onto a bunch of fucking crazy music. But But yeah, just fucking. I just want to make music like that. I just want to make music that people can listen to it and then keep going back to it. Like I said, I just want to make timeless shit. I just want to make good fucking music that can last forever. That is the plan.
For real.
Love it. Any upcoming projects you working on?
You know it, that motherfucking album. It's been a long time coming. That's why it's gonna end up. I named the album. It's been a long time coming, like months ago, and now that it's gonna be on like such a wait and such a hold, when it finally does come out, I feel like it's gonna be
worth it though. Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely gonna be fucking worth. That's what I'm trying to get at. I want it to be super worth it. I want it to be like as hyped up as fucking Carter 3 or Carter 5, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the Carters, like.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I'm just fucking taking my time because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my shit. I just want everything to be right. I want the vibe to be right. I want the fucking rollout to be right. I want just everything to be intact together so that when it just comes out, it's just solid. Everything's solid. And I feel like rollout is the biggest thing for an album.
Definitely.
And that's the thing I want to get perfectly right.
Stupid, like all that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I want the internet going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking I got that. And like I said, with all like I was gonna make a deluxe, but I don't think I'm gonna do the deluxe anymore. I think I'm just gonna do the album. It's been a long time coming, and then have an EP a couple months after of all like the songs that didn't make the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll probably just be a big, beautiful piece of work that has, because I'm gonna do the album, which is gonna be a good fucking piece of work, and then I'm gonna have all these songs that didn't make the album that I only didn't put them on there because I want the album to be 14 tracks, and there's gonna be more fucking tracks that are still great tracks, but they just didn't make the fucking album. So it's gonna be like a little EP with album flavor because they were supposed to be on the album, but they didn't make it.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no, that's fire.
We're excited for that. Definitely.
You know, I guess we've been kind of closing out our recent segments of like what the guest has been listening to.
Oh yeah.
Like recently, so like we talked about your influences, of course, but like what's been most played like this week or like recently?
Oh, you're asking what
like
music I've been listening to?
Yeah, like recently.
Oh my god, I've been going fucking stupid to that new Brockhampton album.
Yeah. I heard a couple of songs and I had to go back and like listen to the whole thing. Like,
fucking oh my god. What's the occasion on there? When I Ball, Buzz Cut. Those are like I think my favorite. Oh yes, and I'll Take You On. That's number 7. And I don't know if you guys know this, but track 7 on any album is usually one of the best songs on the album. Any album. Mm-hmm. If you look through albums and you'll start noticing it. You'll be like, wait, that's number 7. That's number 7. Either track 7 or track 14 because it's 7 plus 7 is 14. So it's either those two fucking tracks. But yes, I've been going crazy for Brockhampton and for Justin Bieber, dude. I still fucking fanboy over Justin Bieber. That motherfucker, dude, he could sing. He could fucking sing. And he dropped that Justice album. Yeah. He's definitely a good influence of mine too, I'd say. I just love singing music, and like anyone that makes good music that I could sing along to, I'll fucking bump the fuck out of that shit. No lie. I don't give a fuck. Good music is good music. Make fun of me for it, I don't care. That's what I always say. Straight up.
What about you, Z? What you been listening to this week?
This week, man, I've been going back to I've listened to Nobody But You with Brent Faiyaz and Georgia Smith because they're two of my favorites. They're really good.
They have a song together?
Yeah,
it just came out like last Thursday or Friday.
Something like that.
I did not fucking know this.
we love. Oh yeah, it's funny. I'm sure we haven't mentioned it to you, but Brent Fayez went to the school like literally down the street
Down
from
the
where
street
me
from
and
us, bro.
Sam
Yeah,
went.
funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen him before,
Wait,
low key, like
You
before I
saw?
even knew who he was.
The-
Yeah, like
It
I
it
honestly
be
didn't
like
know he
that.
was. People were like, that's Brent. And I'm like, who's Brent? Like I thought he was like,
Be Brent, Gold Link, and like whoever
yeah.
else. Like,
Uh-huh.
dude, that's fucking nuts. Wait, where are y'all at, Maryland?
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So like
Holy
the
fucking shit.
suburbs of like Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nutty.
Yeah.
That is fucking nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brent's great. And I've been listening to a lot of Cash Page because I like her a
Cash
lot
Page,
too.
dope, you know.
I'm trying to pull up what song. Oh, she has like a short album, Parked Car Combos slaps. I like that a lot.
Okay.
It's really nice.
Parked car combos. That sounds like a good title.
Yeah, and all of
I
her
like that.
I watch like her interviews just because I like her music. So I like to watch like interviews of like artists I like, and she seems like really cool, like relatable.
That's why
like, you could be her
I
friend.
love watching interviews.
Yeah,
I love watching interviews. It teaches you so much about the artist. It really does.
Yeah, you really learn a lot, like literally.
You do. Rather than just being a casual listener.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
dude, I find it fucking ridiculous. And there's people out there who just they don't have a subscription to Spotify. They don't have a subscription to Apple Music or YouTube Music or anything. Only music they listen to is when they get in their car and they turn on their radio.
Yeah, that's crazy to me too.
There's people that live like that.
The same 5 songs on the radio, like
dude, exactly. And when I'm at work, all we do is play the fucking radio, and I'm literally gonna shoot my fucking self because
you gotta blast your music and like be like low key about it, like.
Yes, I'm fucking gonna start doing that because it literally plays "Driver's License," "Up" by Cardi, and "Back in Blood" by Pooh Shiesty. Literally, only those 3 fucking songs. I swear to God.
Those on the radio.
Yeah, in Rockford out here, bro. It's fucking goofy as hell.
I haven't listened to radio in so long. I don't even know like what comes on because I know a lot of stuff is like not even like appropriate. So I don't even know.
I mean, like, how did
Dude,
y'all
they
like,
play and they play WAP. They play WAP on the fucking radio.
I was just thinking about that. Like, how do they play? Yeah, like WAP. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's so bad. It's so bad because it's fucking it's the clean version. So like she doesn't see what I'm supposed to. She
it's
just
so
says,
awkward because
it's that
like
WAP. Yes, it's so awkward.
Like you can't.
It's weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
The clean version. So the half of the song is blurred out. It's just like like it sounds so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
For me,
but yeah, Sam, about laid on us. What's your listens?
Ooh, okay. So I listened to Destin Conrad. Bills. He has this EP called Colorway. I was listening to this song by this girl. Like I found it on Twitter, like a Twitter thread. It's really dope. Let me see. 53. It's called 50 through 100. Like It Girl. Because sometimes I'll just be on Twitter, be finding music and people. So.
Yeah, not for real. That's a great place though.
I'm like, damn, all right.
I need to be more like that, like just going on the internet and finding new people to listen to. Because I'm picky. I'm really bad with that. Like I'm a sucker for my artists that I listen to already.
Right.
That's what I need to be doing. Damn.
But yeah, I'm excited for summer.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
I'll be dumb.
I'm trying to release the album I know sometime in the summer at least, so it can have like a summer rollout.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Like that shit. And then I want to fucking get a video for some of the music that we be doing. And like I said, just like a video. We should get like a label video, something to like.
Yeah, definitely.
Start up. Like that'll be tight as hell.
I'm trying to have y'all like come down or whatever, like in the summer. I don't know, June or July. But like you can definitely, get hella content and shoot. So definitely.
All right. I am game for that.
But yeah, we got hella stuff coming out. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, definitely a lot of stuff on the roster coming.
A lot of endeavors.
A lot of endeavors. Yeah, definitely.
For real.
Crazy.
I'm excited for the future, for the near future.
Yes.
Definitely. Oh yeah, I did have one question. What made you want to jump aboard the NNR roster?
Dude, because you guys, I immediately knew when like Alex introduced me to y'all. One, I knew Alex was a good guy, and then
Definitely.
I was like, if he's in a group with some people, I already know they're gonna be some like-minded people. And then, like I said, he just introduced me to y'all, and I was like, you guys are fucking all level-headed people. You understand good music. You understand careers, like making careers out of music. And I was just like, I don't see anyone else reaching out to me trying to be like, yo, we'd love to have you on like in a group and shit like that. And even if there was, if they weren't like the right fucking, if I wasn't getting the right vibe from them, I still wouldn't have fucking. I did it mostly because of the vibe I was getting. I was like, I'm getting a good vibe from y'all. I know that y'all are gonna be looking out for me, and we're all looking out for each other. It's a bunch of fucking good people. Nothing negative is gonna be fucking born from that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do this. Let's just. I look at it as, what the fuck else would I have rather done? I don't want to just be alone in this shit.
Right.
Because, like I said, I like having people I can come to and be like, hey, yo, is this tight? Is this fucking? I like having a team. I like being a part of a team, basically. And I'm glad that it's a fucking team of good fucking people who know what the hell they're doing. But yeah, that's
Appreciate that.
it.
We definitely felt the same way. Definitely. I was like,
yeah, no, definitely.
when Alexander sent me the songs, I was like, all right, let's okay, let's do this meeting, like set it up.
Yeah, you told me about it. Yeah, it happened so fast. I was like, this is definitely.
It happened so fast.
I was like, this is definitely some fate, but I'm here for it. Because I'm all about that.
For sure.
I'm all about that. But yeah, and I'm fucking grateful that y'all fucking took me in an open arms.
No problem, bro.
Yeah, nah, man. Of course.
Of course.
For real. But I'm gonna be sending y'all some of the shit that I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna be going to the stew, get some more shit recorded. Like I said, I got another verse for Lux. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, David Aubrey shit. I want to send y'all some of that too, just like you guys can get an understanding of like what I can do with fucking when it comes to rap and then when it comes to singing, because that other shit is like that. It sounds like more like a band type stuff, because I wasn't a band for a little bit, like not long at all, but it was kind of whack. But I kind of learned some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fucking. I got some shit out of it. That's all that I got an experience. I learned some things. So I guess that's the positive. But yeah, I'll send you guys the fucking links to that.
Word. We gonna need you for like this little project, but we'll speak like off like off the little project.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got a project?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down.
But
yeah.
But
I'm down.
It's been real.
For sure. Yeah, no, thanks for coming on.
Dude, yes, thank you guys for fucking having me for this. This is hella cool.
Definitely
this is hella cool. And yes, anything else, just hit me the fuck up and I'll try to fucking, thank God I didn't have work between this right now, but like if anything else, I could just like take off work and shit like that, or I could just tell you guys my days off and then you can work with that. But
yeah, definitely.
Just let me know for anything, because I love fucking doing shit like this. Good shit. And thank you guys again. It's been a motherfucking jam.
No problem.
And I shall see y'all on the flip side. And I'll send you guys that shit. I'm gonna get all those links together right now.
No problem.
Bet.
Thank you, Motiv.
Hey.
Thank you.
This has been the Creators Club podcast. Catch y'all next week.
Catch y'all.
Peace.